Hi y'all, Sat Sri Akal. This is Taq from BIPOC Executive Search getting at you today for the Wellness and Work podcast. A podcast where I share stories and tips to keep you healthy, happy, and motivated for your day job. Today's topic is 4 steps to manifest your dream job. This one is very near and dear to my heart because prior to starting at BIPOC Executive Search, I had just finished grad school, finished my PhD, and I was so disenchanted and overworking in academia. I had spent so long in school sort of pursuing this goal. And in the last 2 years of my PhD, after doing some teaching and research, I realized that it actually wasn't for me, just in terms of, the environment of the academic space. I found that often I would be the only person of color in my department teaching, and it just started to wear on me in terms of, who my colleagues would be. Oftentimes they were people who were, decades older, which is great to learn from them, but I was definitely ready to work with people my own age. And in terms of the pace of the work, so anyone who works in academia knows that it's so slow in terms of innovation. So I was just at this crossroads. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I had some parameters and visions for the type of job that I would like to have. I knew I wanted to work remotely, work from home. I knew, I really wanted to join a team who was uplifting, who knew my love language. And I started to basically list these things out. And lo and behold, using the power of the law of attraction, which I'll go into, I was able to manifest my dream job, which is actually working at BIPOC Executive Search. And it is just as amazing as it might sound or might look on the internet from the outside. It's just as amazing and knowing what it's like on the inside. So it was so exciting to receive it. And it was challenging though. I was on the job search for about 2 months, which is not very long at all, but it felt like an eternity in terms of, working on my own mindset, reminding myself that I'm worthy, not settling for, any job that came my way just because I was scared. So I'm going to lead us through the 4 steps that I took to manifest my dream job with the intention that you'll be able to do the same. So whether you are on the job search right now, or whether, you're in a job that you don't really love, know that it totally is possible to find that job that pays you well, that has an amazing team, that knows your worth, and that you feel excited about doing every single day. Because we spend so much of our waking lives working. I probably spend more time with my team at BIPOC Executive Search than I do with my own partner, or at least, doing work than I do with my own family, just because that's how things operate in North America. So I think it's really important to find a job that's in alignment with our values, that gets us excited about the day, that we feel excited about, and that really honors our dignity and our skills. So with that, I'll go into those 4 steps now. And before I do, I'd like to just briefly speak to the law of attraction, which is the idea that what we think about, what our emotions are like, the vibes that we put out in the world are those that we're going to get back. So if we're constantly in fear, if we're constantly worrying, if we're constantly talking about how we hate our day jobs, complaining about our coworkers, we're just going to get more of the same. Whereas if we, show up in excellence to our work, we think positive thoughts, we think affirmative thoughts, we can actually attract that into us. And I've seen it time and time again, to the point where, for instance, I have been manifesting having dreams of tropical vacations because I live in a cold place in Halifax, Nova Scotia on Mi'kmaq Treaty Territories. and we just went through a really cold winter, and I was actually able to manifest having dreams about tropical vacations. So it absolutely does work from something very small to something very big. You just have to work up your muscles of manifesting in order to get those sort of bigger rewards and bigger things that we'd like to attract in. So we can use these 4 steps with small things, manifesting a free coffee, or, a check for $100, and work our way up to something big, like manifesting our dream job that, maybe pays in the high 5 figures or 6 figures. So to start, the first thing we have to do is actually clear out any limiting beliefs, any trauma, any wounds or blocks that are preventing us from being able to receive our dream job in the first place. So it doesn't have to be totally clear, because we all, have baggage, so to speak, that we've inherited or that we've absorbed through our childhood, adolescence, adulthood. But we do need to make space. Imagine that, you live in a house and it's just cluttered with stuff. We have so much stuff. We can barely even move. So if we wanted to, say, attract in and buy a massive new, bench press, if there's no space to put it, then there's no point in attracting it in, because there's not going to be any place for it to go in the first place. So similarly, when we're attracting in things like a dream job, or we're attracting in money, we need to make sure that we're clearing things out and decluttering in order to make space for that. So that can take the shape of, practicing various healing modalities. I'll go through that in another episode in terms of how to heal trauma. But basically, we want to clear out those limiting beliefs. And if you literally just Google how to clear out limiting beliefs, you'll find a number of people who have free resources that can guide you through meditations, workbooks, journaling exercises, daily practices in order to do that. So step 1 is clearing out limiting beliefs and traumas that are preventing us from attracting it in the first place. Number 2 is to set the intention. So setting the intention sounds like, I am so happy and grateful that. So you would, sit in a space that feels safe for you, close your eyes, or maybe even write it down on a piece of paper and say that exact statement. I'm so happy and grateful that. For me, when I was looking for my dream job, it was, I'm so happy and grateful that I am receiving the exact right job offer for the next stage of my unfolding, where I get to work remotely, I get paid, X amount of dollars, and any other parameters that you want to put in. So make sure to be really, really specific and start with that piece around gratitude. And you can literally walk around thinking that intention. So when I would go on my walks in the evenings, I would almost repeat that as a mantra as I walked around, just in my own head. Thank you, universe, that I have received the exact right job offer for the next stage of my unfolding. So ideally, you will say it in the present or the past tense. So I am receiving, or I have received. When you say I have received, it sort of supercharges it and makes it come a bit faster to you. So that was my preferred method, is thank you, universe, that I have received the exact right job offer. And I would just repeat it, when I'm doing the dishes, when I'm out for a walk, when I have a break, just whenever I remembered, even looking at the mirror in the morning in the bathroom, having it written down and posted there as a reminder to think those thoughts so that you are able to attract that energy into us. Number 2 is to take action. So we can sit and meditate and visualize all day, but if we don't take action based on intuitive hits and signs, nothing is going to happen. So you can take action like you are getting that dream job. So updating your resume, starting to just send it out to companies that you would love to work to, work for, connecting with people on LinkedIn, asking to, do a digital chai, ask them about their experience, putting as much out there as you possibly can. And oftentimes it comes up in the most unexpected ways. So the intention is to start taking that action and start putting the energy out there. And the universe will send us something either through those people that we've reached out through or through a totally unexpected route, which is oftentimes the way that I have found things have come up, where even though I'm putting things out, to particular companies or particular places, it's through, something that I didn't even think about where it comes up. For instance, even with working at BIPOC Executive Search, I had actually sent in my resume to be part of the database of candidates for us as we're searching for people to fill positions. So I wasn't even applying to work there. Instead, they saw my resume, they thought this would be a good fit. I started part-time and then moved to full-time shortly after. So we never know, where it's going to come from. The important thing is to take action as if, it's already on its way to us. And then the fourth and final step is to believe, to actually have faith that it's on its way to us. So if fears start to come up, just literally ignoring them and saying, I hear you, fear, but I'm choosing to ignore you because I'm choosing to stay in faith instead. So continuing to believe and keep that positive mindset, even when it feels really scary, even when you're on the job search and you're getting those rejections or you're getting an interview for a position that you don't really want, just continuing to believe that your exact right dream job, it's on its way to you right now and you're gonna get it. And you have so much unwavering faith in the universe's ability to deliver that. And that is, one of the most important things in life in general is to keep that faith, to keep that mindset of belief. Exciting! So just to recap, y'all, those 4 steps to manifest your dream job. First one is to clear out limiting beliefs and traumas to start to make space for it to arrive. Number 2 is to set that intention. So I am so happy and grateful that I have received the exact right job offer, that ... and you put in the exact parameters that you're looking for. Don't necessarily need to come up with the how. So how is it going to get to you? Who's it going to come from? More so focusing on the what. Number 3 is to take action. So start putting yourself out there, applying for jobs, updating your resume, making sure it looks really, really nice. I would say that's where I see so many candidates needing support or needing to, up level, is to use resources like canva.com, for instance, to really make your resume stand out. I would say that's the way that I have made myself stand out, is just have a well-designed, gorgeous resume, and right off the bat, people are going to be so impressed and want to speak to you. Number 3, again, to recap, is to take action. And then number 4 is to believe and really keep that positive mindset as you go through the job search process. So with that, I'll leave it there for now. Sending you all lots of love. Talk soon. Bye.